Let's go, girls.
Hello and welcome on into this Monday's edition of Entertainment News here at MBE. We'd just like to thank you once again for joining us here on our YouTube channel.
It's me doing Willem
And
Dafoe.
of course, our Twitch stream, and of course, our Spotify podcast, because this is the one that gets put onto the podcast, because there's two of us talking, not just one, two.
Stephen, I was listening to the last posting on Spotify. I went on to look for Rogan, ended up listening to myself. And I was quite impressed with the quality.
Yeah, the sound's really good,
Blown
isn't
away
it?
by the audio.
Yeah.
But first and foremost, blown away by the beta. I don't know if it's AI. Vocal tracker thing, it turns it into words. It was tracking and narrating our words, and it was
I've not
pretty
seen
much
that.
bang on.
All right, okay. This
Yeah,
is
it's
Spotify.
through the Spotify application, yes.
Oh, you're going to have to show me that after the show. I
It's
didn't know
bang
that.
on. A lot of it.
That's good.
There's some gibberish in there,
Yeah.
but in the main, it picks up what we're saying, and
I know
it even
that,
picks up what I'm saying, which is more impressive.
Yeah, well, it's important
'Cause-
for us channel that we have that function on
Wish they'd
this
put that on YouTube.
platform. Well, they do, John.
Spotify, can you?
There is a
sort of-
caption thing. I have to show you. It's on YouTube.
Is it good?
I was watching our. I don't know if it was our show last week or if it was maybe a reaction there on Friday.
I know
I'm
they
not
do
sure.
caption some of the videos. Some
Yeah.
of the videos actually do come up with closed captions,
Yeah,
but it seems to be hit and miss, sporadic.
yeah. We don't have the choice unless we want to do it manually, and I'm not going to be sitting typing what
No.
we've already said.
No.
Sir.
Wouldn't do that in a 5-minute video, let alone a 1 hour live stream.
Imagine.
Get fucking time for that. You mad? You should put closed captions in. You should just listen to us speaking more often,
Yes.
and then you'll get the general gist of what we're saying.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple.
It's
I can
encouraging,
understand
John, that
everybody.
we are getting comments now from people
Yeah.
saying, "I just came here for the accent."
I'm getting
So-
compared to a young Marshall Mathers. Is that what his name is?
Eminem?
Yeah, is that what his name is?
Marshall Mathers, yeah.
Marshall Mathers, yes. Eminem, Slim Shady. I don't see it myself, I'm not going to lie.
It's funny you should say that
fucking
because
see it.
I'll not name names, but I said we were watching. My wife and I, that is, we were watching. It was, I think it was hits of 2000 or something like that on YouTube. It was just like random music, and Slim Shady came up, and I said to my wife, I said, "Do you know who he looks like? He looks like your cousin Paul."
Yep, and I look like Paul.
But there's a similarity, and we were watching
Yeah.
Fools and Horses, and it took me back to that young picture of David Jason as well, and
I've still got that. It comes up
it's
fucking. It's like a
strange.
hot. What do
Yeah.
you call it? A hotkey? Not a hotkey, but it's like a link. It comes up right away as soon as I go into Safari.
yeah,
Comes up with a photograph of a young David Jason.
and he does. He looks like one of your family
He
members.
looks like my dad, yes.
Yeah, it's
It's
strange.
quite astonishing. But he also looks like Peter Dinklage, which is weird. So it's kind of strange. It's like 5 degrees of separation.
Listen, I would rather be compared to him.
Well, I mean,
than
I-
that thing in Attack of the Clones.
Exactly.
Let's not go
Well, I
there.
get Nat Phillips,
Yeah.
I get Slim Shady,
Yeah.
I get Christian Eriksen a lot as well when I've got the beard out.
Yeah.
But quite a few. That random fucking guy from Vikings. Yeah. I got a lot. A lot of comparisons. I'm talking about he's
I
an
know
actor
you're-
from
yeah.
Vikings,
Yeah.
plays an Anglo-Saxon.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah,
don't know what to make of that. I used to have that James McAvoy. I used to get that a lot back in the day.
yeah.
Clearly, I'm too old looking now. Even though James is older than me. But
Yeah.
I digress. We're going off in tangents here. We've just
John,
started.
Here's one guy I'm not sure you would want to look like. Willem Dafoe.
Yeah. I can't do it. You do it better, Stephen.
I just need some
My-
more laughter
My
lines.
cheeks are just.
I love that gif that they do, the one where I think he's sitting in the back of a car, isn't he? He kind of goes like this.
Yeah. It's fucking demented looking.
Yeah. Anyway.
Willem, what was it he originally went by? It wasn't Defoe, it was something else.
The fuck?
Defoe or something like that. Because Fallon had him on and he pulled out an old video of an acting class and he was getting called something different. Wasn't Willem
They
Dafoe.
do that though, don't they? The actors, they change
Yeah.
their names. It's slightly
quite French
a
sounding.
different variation on it. But yeah, Willem Dafoe, John. I never knew this and that. You just said to me before.
didn't know
we
he was
come
in
on,
the film.
You didn't know this either.
No.
This set starring Beetlejuice 2 recently shared intriguing details about his character in the upcoming horror comedy sequel, reuniting original director Tim Burton with the iconic cast including Michael Keaton, Winona Ryder and Catherine O'Hara. Kevin! The film will also introduce new faces such
Oh,
as
I wanted to be fucking a one.
Monica Bellucci, Jenna Ortega and Justin Theroux.
Justin Theroux. I always think of Louis Farrell, or whatever his name is.
Yeah. Are they related?
I'm on don't jiggle, jiggle, wiggle, wiggle. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I'd have to look that up. But yeah, in a recent interview, it was with Variety, John, the actual source of the quotes within this written article. It's on our website, by the way, at movieburnerentertainment.org, folks. In a recent interview, Dafoe shed light on his role as an afterlife police officer, revealing a unique backstory. His character, once a B-movie action star in the living world, met an untimely demise that led him to the other side. Now serving as a detective in the afterlife, Dafoe described his job as being coloured by the fact of who I was when alive, adding a layer of complexity to the character. So I'm assuming Dafoe's going to be taking the place of the sort of Gina Davis, Alec Baldwin characters who carried us through the story in that sort of crazy Tim Burton
It's going to be
from
the shark from TJ
Hooker.
I was about to say Booker. Thinking of Booker T.
Yeah.
Can you dig it, sucker? That's a bash from my past.
Yeah.
Remember Stone Cold Steve Austin throwing him into aisles in a supermarket at a shopping mall over in the United States and pouring milk over him. Yeah, sorry.
It was no Pollock Centre.
It wasn't. Could you imagine? Two wrestling figures
It'd have been chaos.
bouncing about Pollock. Like a normal Saturday, to be fair. No different.
No one
Big
would have
baldy guy throwing someone about.
And Greg's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wear it.
Over the last sausage roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been there.
John Dafoe playing this character, it does, obviously, we've mentioned this in another article in terms of he has played, obviously, menacing characters in the past. However, obviously, you know, his experience with Wes Anderson films such as Asteroid City and The French Dispatch, it also highlights his knack for a softer comic sensibility. So, and you need that in these type of films. Although there is a darkness to Beetlejuice, it's such a funny film as well.
Oh, it is.
It's such.
I was trying to bring it up on the TV so it would be on and add some ambience to the room, but I couldn't find it, which is a shame. It's not on a streaming service to my knowledge, but it definitely is, Stephen. It's got horror elements to it, but it's most certainly a comedy film at its heart. It's a very funny film. I remember hearing about this when I was a young kid. People talking about, you have to watch this film, you have to watch it. It's hilarious. But then he looks absolutely demented with the haircut and the suit and the sort of makeup, making him very peely-wally, as we like to say in Scotland, or pale, as the rest of the... Unwell. He's dead. He's dead. But and it's got that sort of horror element too, so it's a lovely blend. Was this Burton? It was Burton.
It was Burton, yeah.
Tim Burton. This is Tim Burton all over.
Yeah,
all over, man. You think of Johnny Depp? He's got scissors as hands.
Yeah.
Think of him in the Demon Barber. I think that was Burton as well.
Sweeney Todd, yeah.
Sweeney Todd, and it matches. It's his style.
Yeah.
The makeup design, the vibe. I've got another article.
His own universe, couldn't it? It could all take place in the same sort of world. Absolutely,
Stephen. I've got another article with Tim speaking about the movie and it's where it's at in terms of completion. I think it's a few months old.
I think
99% shot. A day and a half or something left.
Oh, that's incredible.
So it's nearly done.
I'm so looking forward to this.
I didn't know this film was so far along in the production sort of.
Yeah, well, the thing is as
stage.
well, John, that we're at that point where we've got Beverly Hills Cop 4 coming out. I think there's another sequel to another franchise from long gone. I can't remember what it was. But this is the one that's exciting me the most because, you can do so much with the character Beetlejuice in the world of Beetlejuice as well. And
it's just how you explain him being older because he's dead. He's playing a sort of ghostly figure.
The makeup will do that.
Yeah,
you saw what they did to Michael Keaton in The Flash. He just stuck a wig on him and they had hair again. That legendary hair.
I've not seen The Flash yet. I need to see that.
But
has he got a full head of hair in it?
Yeah, it's the same as they had in '89. Obviously,
impressive.
Clearly not got that now, as we saw obviously in one of the Spider-Man
I've seen him in a trailer, I should know that.
Yeah. John, additional, obviously returning characters, returning actors, Michael Keaton, Winona Ryder, Catherine O'Hara. I'm trying to remember the dad's name. He played Rooney and...
I think I searched this up before, Steve.
I don't know why. He's still alive. I don't know if he's just retired. I don't know. I
know who he is as well.
Yeah, he's reddish hair. Yeah. Yeah, a big tall guy. I can't remember his name. Jeffrey Jones.
Jeffrey Jones, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why he's not returning. Maybe he's just doesn't
Is he
want to do
acting
it.
now? He's 77.
Yeah, he could be retired. I don't know what his last job was, to be fair. I don't know.
I'll tell you just now, Stephen. We'll have a little gander
Yeah,
on
we'll see if there's
IMDb.
anything upcoming or if he's stopped.
2019, he's been done for about 4 years.
Yeah,
so
he's probably retired. He's probably retired.
He's an older
to be fair.
man now, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he's a great character actor. Ferris Bueller Days Off. If you've ever seen that, John, a great character in that. He plays, obviously, the headmaster, and he's trying to pursue, obviously, Ferris on his day
Dr.
off.
Dolittle. Oof.
Yeah, so, yeah, I
Those
mean,
movies are not rated well,
it's
are
good
they?
to see, obviously, Winona Ryder back as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, Gina Davis and Alec Baldwin characters, they wouldn't. I don't think they serve a purpose now. And obviously, that at this point, as you said, they're dead. You can't do anything with them because they have aged.
Yeah, well, they have.
Michael Keaton's aged, but you can doll him up with obviously the wig and the makeup. This was the first film, John, that I was introduced to for Michael Keaton. It was just obviously the year before Batman came out.
I wasn't even born.
And it's crazy because I couldn't get my head around it was the same guy because I didn't see Beetlejuice.
Could you
when it
imagine,
first came
Stephen?
out.
Could you imagine? Circa
The
88, this
meltdown.
comes out.
Yeah.
He gets announced as Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Saying that was a different era. You had campy
But
Batman.
people would have been thinking after seeing Beetlejuice the year before,
This is fucking Bruce
I
Wayne.
think he should be the Joker more than
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne, just
Yeah.
because he's a portrayal in this.
Steve, it's funny you say that. I was looking at it and it gave me vibes of Joker. When I was looking at the makeup, I'm thinking the green hair, the suit, wackiness. That's the Joker all day long. But obviously, it's very campy, the portrayal, isn't it? That's something you would actually expect.
Here, the first
Yeah, it's
film. I
mental.
loved it.
And even the Beetlejuice, it's the wrong spelling there. Beetlejuice, it's,
Beetlejuice,
it's the actual star.
I like the poster, Winona Ryder poster.
That's a shocking head.
Beetlejuice 2.
It's great. I thought they were
I've not seen
unofficial.
that.
I'm not
Yeah.
going to lie. I was
Yeah.
plagiarising them for a thumbnail many moons back. And I actually put Jenna Ortega in there
Alex
instead of Winona.
Mural Art. Okay.
I don't think, it's
I
definitely.
don't think IMDb
No.
would put it there if it wasn't. I don't think they would
I
do
don't know.
that. Surely not.
She's looking a
Probably
bit
not.
young there.
Yeah.
I think they're having a laugh there.
But porcelain looking, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
John, we're going to be getting Monica Bellucci, Jenna Ortega, and Justin Theroux as well.
It's a fantastic casting, I have to say.
I just saw the name Philip Cates there. I thought it said Phoebe Cates, but obviously from Gremlins and Drop Dead Fred. But
Here's another one, man.
Yeah.
Gremlins back in the day, a film I was absolutely obsessed with as
Yeah.
a kid. Absolutely loved it. Gianni Calcetti, spoke about him before,
Yep.
I'm pretty sure. Get him mixed up with your Scottish guy
Yep.
from Sons of Anarchy.
yep,
It's a brilliant casting, but what I'm happy about is, I mean, you can count it here 1, 2, 3, 4,
Just get a
5,
wife
6, 7,
with
8.
this
I know. There's about 18 people in this cast, all in. And I think that's important. I can't remember how many were in the first cast, but I don't think it was big. I think you're probably talking about a dozen, just over a dozen people. This is an intimate story. It's very much can be shot in a house.
Do you know who one of
Or in
the
a
dinner
studio.
guests was? You know how the legendary scene, John, of Deo?
Yeah,
One of the dinner guests, did you notice who one of them was?
I didn't.
Dick Cavett.
Oh, was it? Yeah, Dick, yeah.
He was one of the...
One of the great TV show
Yeah.
hosts of the 70s and the 80s.
Yeah.
Genuinely love that guy's shows, incidentally.
Yeah,
I actually go back
fantastic.
at times
Yeah,
and
he's-
just sit and watch.
He's got a
Great.
He's got an aura about him.
Yeah, he's just he's got a great vibe.
He
He's had
lets
some
his-
incredible guests on.
Yeah, he lets his guests speak.
We see the one that George Harrison went on and he says, oh shit, looking out behind him for Yoko Ono in the
Yeah, he
seat.
thought he sat on her. Yeah. George was fun.
Yeah.
He was fun.
He was great. Although some people are, yeah,
So it
a
looks
bit
like
OTT with George.
It looks like Jenna Ortega is probably playing Winona Ryder's daughter in this. Just looking at the names.
Absolutely, yeah, 100%. Yeah, Stephen, I was thinking that I was looking up obviously images for the thumbnail, and the rumour mill was suggesting Chloe Grace Moretz at one point to potentially play the daughter of
No.
Winona, and I'm like, no, I'm glad they went down the Jenna
Yeah.
Ortega route. You can say, look, she's a bit out there. She's oversaturated just now. She's almost like the female Sam Worthington. I always go after Sam Worthington. It's a fucking joke. I mean, the guy's not done that many movies since that initial splurge where he was in Salvation and
It was just everywhere,
Avatar.
that's
He was everywhere. I mean, Tom Hardy did this, but he's not got the same sort of
annoying.
stigma because he's a great actor though, and he's a brilliant guy. She is oversaturated just now. She's in Wednesday. She was in Scream. She's been in a lot of things. She's on Hot Ones. She's everywhere. Her face is everywhere. But she's a far better fit for Astrid Dietz, the female, the sort of daughter character of Lydia, than Chloe Grace Moretz was. It's just the looks. Chloe's a sort of fair, blonde-haired character, Winona's not of sort of, I'm presuming Jenna Ortega, just by the name, she's off of some sort of Latin descendant.
Yeah, it sounds like
descendancy, ethnicity, heritage.
Yeah.
Try to think of the right word. Winona's not, I don't think, off of that kind of background, but she's kind of, what do you call it, sallow-skinned?
Yeah.
Not as fair-skinned.
There's something about Tim
brunette.
Burton has a type. He has a
He
type,
does, yeah.
let's be honest. Johnny Depp's one of them.
Yeah.
Have a look.
Jenna just
Yeah.
reeks of Johnny. She's like the female version of Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
She's got that sort of eccentricity, weirdness about her. She's a little bit awkward in films. I'm not saying she's like that in real life, but she also gives that vibe. She'd be smoking 40 a day.
Winona?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm talking about Jenna.
Oh, Jenna, yeah.
Winona was with Johnny for a
Yeah.
long time, so we know that they were two peas in a pod for a long, until they weren't, of course, but for
Yeah.
a long time they were. So he does seem to have that type that he goes for time and again, certainly in the leading roles. And I think Jenna is an absolute standout candidate in this film. That's what's making me buzzing for this film, Stephen, first and foremost. When I heard they were doing it,
Yeah.
wasn't on board, had slight reservations. You can't really recapture the magic in the main of those 80s,
No.
90s movies. There's something about that era, the practical effects, the vibe. The audiences weren't as cynical and as impatient as they are now.
Mm.
They were more open to these kind of stories. But then I seen Jenna was involved. I'm like, right, that's a good shout. She's definitely got that eccentricity to work with Tim Burton. That's perfect. Now Defoe's in there. Caught me off guard. Did not expect Defoe to be in this movie. He's another one that's eccentric, and he is a fantastic actor, and he can do a film like this in his sleep,
Yeah.
not even break sweat. And then you've got the extra level. It's like Inception, third level down. You've got Tim Burton speaking about this film and telling us that he is almost going back to basics. It's almost like the Beatles post White Album, post
Yeah.
Strawberry Fields, Magical Mystery Tour, and Sgt. Pepper's getting to Get Back, and Mac is saying to him, look, let's get back to basics.
Yeah.
Straight rock and roll. He's getting back to basics, stripping it back, working with good people, good actors and puppets. That's what he's saying here. Like the way I liked making movies. So I mean, that Stephen, that he's ticking all the boxes for me.
Do you think we'll get the shrunken head?
Oh,
character?
Stephen,
I hope
we
he
have
makes
to
an
address
appearance.
that.
Yeah.
We have to. That has to be the first scene.
Well,
Just how does Beetlejuice get back to being a normal head? He's obviously jumped to queue. His head was very much shrunken. That's one of the iconic fucking images. I'm obsessed with it. I've been looking that up and putting into things inappropriately for years now, man. I love that shot of him.
Yeah.
Big shoulders.
His
Look, me
voice
with
is-
that fucking
and his voice
t-shirt.
is getting higher, isn't it?
Yeah.
His head's
Was there
shrunken.
not something else next to him had that small head
Yeah.
initially, and then he
Yeah. I mean, the warning signs were
I
there.
have to address it.
I think it was I don't know, was it a witch doctor or something?
It was something like that, yeah. Yep. It definitely was. It was the eyes. That was a puppet.
Yeah.
That
And
was a
I
puppet.
remember there was a severed woman as well. Like I think it was a magician's assistant. She'd
Yeah.
halved. Her
Just
legs were
fucking
on,
mental.
on one side of the sofa and her torso was in that. Just a great film.
It is. It's just wacky.
So
And
many
it's-
great
it's
visuals.
Burton all over, Stephen. And that's why I respect Tim Burton. He's remained true to himself for his entire career. He's not trying to
Yeah.
bend to the will of others and try and do something different. You can say it's samey, but I don't think it is. He's done Dumbo, he's done fucking different movies, but he's kept that same sort of sensibility, the darkness and the sort of vibe of his movies throughout his entire career, and you can identify it right away.
Yeah.
That's Tim Burton. So you've got to respect that. And he was speaking about Nightmare at Christmas, was it? Or The Christmas Bride? I was make a mistake.
The Nightmare Before
Nightmare
Christmas.
Before Christmas.
Yeah.
He says it's under no circumstances will that be rebooted. He's not given the license to anybody. Fuck off, in a sense. So I respect him tremendously. And this Defoe casting,
That's the one that intrigues me the
Yes.
most, John, because
the
it came out of
concept,
nowhere.
Stephen.
Yeah.
a B-movie action star, I like what he says. That he's coloured, the character's job when he was alive is coloured by the fact of who he was. The sort of, what he is in
Yeah.
the afterlife is coloured by who he was. B-action movies now playing a police officer sort of detective. Because so many B-action movie stars did do that sort of thing. They played police detectives, Starsky and Hutch, things like that.
Yeah.
My dog's farted and it's sheer evil. I know what he'd be in the afterlife.
But isn't it great? You know, it's one of the things about Beetlejuice and Tim Burton films in general that the characters are fleshed out before a word is even said, you know, and they've got a backstory. And I think that's important if you want to bring in people like Willem Dafoe. You know, something that he can get his teeth into. And when I first saw the news that he was involved in the film, I thought, you naturally just think Willem Dafoe's going to be the villain, and it's just because that's
And he could
what
be.
he mostly does. But then I was thinking, is Beetlejuice is the villain? So what's going on here? But
Is he though? He's a sort of pain in the arse.
yeah, well, in the first
morally
film
ambiguous
he was the
I think he's melled.
yeah. Well, he's married, so
He may have
and
melled.
he's got a nice wife there.
I do tend to think, Stephen, there's going to be elements in here of tomfoolery. Did he not go into that waiting room to then pass over to the other side permanently?
I can't
Maybe
remember.
he's found a sort of loophole to come back
Yeah,
and annoy
Remember
Lydia
why he was
again.
there? Yeah.
And then obviously this detective may be chasing after him and try to put an end to it. Maybe that he is playing the villain, Defoe. He loves playing a villainous role.
Yeah.
For me though, it just speaks volumes about the script.
Yeah.
A guy of that calibre could pick any movie on the planet. He's under no obligation to go and work in something like this for money or for cred or whatever. He is a veteran actor that's been everywhere, worked with the best, in front and behind the camera. He's seen this script and he's deemed it good enough to put himself in it.
Yeah.
So that speaks volumes about this film and just what Tim Burton. And who's involved in the writing? Is it just Tim? Alfred Gough, Seth Graham-Smith and David Kidd. Tim's not even wrote it. I'm talking shite. But it speaks volumes for what these three writers have produced here.
Yeah.
Smallville,
Yeah,
Spider-Man
Alfred
2,
Gough,
Wednesday.
Spider-Man 2, yeah.
So he's worked with Tim Burton before. What's the other one? Looks again the Lego Batman movie. It, Pride and Prejudice. So I'm not seen that one, to be fair.
The producers, yeah.
That's decent, man. It looks as though it's got a good calibre of crew and certainly the cast is there. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah.
I'm looking
I've
forward
noticed
to it.
in the three writers, they've been involved in horror in some way. So I think there's going to be a lot of darkness in this film, just as there was in the first film. John, there was a lot of imagery in that first film that was quite terrifying. I was 12 when this film came out, and it's the scene or the sequence when the Gina Davis character and Alec Baldwin character are decaying in front of your eyes. That's a head shrink. And it was just terrifying. I think Alec Baldwin's jaw falls off. His bony jaw just falls because he's trying to say Beetlejuice 3 times. But yeah, it's I'm looking forward to it. Tonally, I'm intrigued to see where they're going to go with it.
Yeah, because they were the previous occupants, weren't they, of the house?
Yeah.
And they were dead.
Yep.
Am I right in saying one of them got shot? Am I right in saying that? I can't remember.
Both of them were in the car, and the car fell off the bridge.
That's right.
That's how that's
fucking great, isn't it?
it's a good film. Really good film.
It's just trying to get... I mean, that's Adam's Family we're seeing there. That's Wednesday. Fucking hell, I've not seen that yet. That looked pretty good, that Gomez. That's shit.
Willem Dafoe's a cop.
Terrible. But look, she's well. I mean, she's a kind of veteran actor, been around the block, had a lot of roles. I always view her as being a more serious kind of actor, so it is going to be intriguing to see how
in
they...
Matrix 2, wasn't she?
Yeah, she may have been, yeah.
Was she not the one that wanted to kiss off Neil?
Could be.
And Trinity was having none of it.
And she's like, that's my man, bitch, get off. Move, bitch. Get out
That's a
of the
little
way.
head again.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
These images, I wish I could show this. I probably could show this, to be fair.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, he's surfing.
Yeah.
Intriguing. But no, Stephen, look, I'm intrigued to see where they go with this in terms of tone. Will it be a sort of light for the original, where it's got that blend of humour and sort of darkness and a bit of eeriness in there as well? We think of, I mean, the one that springs to mind for me is Eli Roth, the house with the hidden clocks in the wall, some shit like that.
Yeah.
Can't remember the exact name.
Jack Black, yeah.
Jack Black. That was kind of this generation's version of Beetlejuice for younger people, not for me. I mean, I watched it and quite enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Had magical elements sprinkled on. It had laughable moments, good comedy, dark comedy, but it was quite scary for younger people as well. And I think it was little kids going out the theatres crying. So that was what sprung to mind for me. Eli Roth kind of took that concept and did a twist with it. And it worked. It was quite successful, the film. Although, as I says, it was putting parents off from taking their kids because there was talk of people having to go out with crying kids.
Yeah.
So you have to get the balance right. You have to get the rating bang on. I don't know if it'll be... I'd imagine it'll be PG-13, maybe even younger.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Just
so.
to get that right. I don't
think
know.
PG-13 probably about right, actually.
What was the original? I'm intrigued.
15, I think.
Was it? Was it as
I think it
high
was.
as that?
Yeah. I don't know
Really?
if it'll display that. I'm trying to remember the VHS cover I had. I'm pretty
15?
sure
It was
I
a
had
15?
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It was. I
That
mean,
was
for
higher
its
than-
day, it was pretty
No, it
dark.
was. No, it was. I remember watching it as a kid, and I was kind of creeped out.
As
Right?
funny as it was, there was a lot of imagery. I think there was a door they opened, and it was all these lost souls, and it was
Yeah.
getting terrifying.
No,
You know,
it
I was
was.
like, I
It
don't want
was
to die.
dark.
If that's what you end up like. It's only 12.
Don't fucking want to die anyway. Until someone tells me cast iron or something afterwards, I'm in no rush to get there.
Yeah.
And I don't need a film to tell me. But no, Stephen, it's intriguing to see what they're going to do with it in terms
Yeah.
of tone. Will it continue? Will it be more serious? Will it be more comedy? Because we've seen it with Joker. Fair play to Todd Phillips. He's wanting to go down a different route. He doesn't want to just do the same story, slightly different characters, and it's tonally absolutely clone, spot on, like for like. He's going down a different route. He's making a musical. So it'll be intriguing to see if we shake it up a bit and do something completely different, or whether it's going to be a similar vein. Because I've got concerns still, even though I'm looking forward to it, I have got concerns about how this comes into a modern era with modern audiences. How they would they be receptive to this kind of film? Because we've seen it with RoboCop, it didn't work.
Yeah.
We've seen it with Total Recall, it didn't work. We've seen it with Terminator to an
They
extent,
were
it's
all,
not worked.
the ratings on them were brought down. That was the issue.
Yeah.
And this is where they don't seem to learn a lesson in the studios.
Yeah.
And they do that. They think we'll get a bigger demographic if we bring it down, and you don't, because there's an age group that just won't be interested in it. It's a fact.
It's because of money as well.
Yeah.
We're putting so much money into the movies, they need so many eyeballs to make it work and to make a profit. Promotion is much more wider now. Don't think you had as big an international release back in the 80s and the 90s. It was more Hollywood and Western centric. Now you're promoting it for fucking Indonesia and India and China, and it eats into the budget. So you need more money to make a profit. And also that means you have to water down the ratings. We've seen that with New Mutants, was it?
Yeah.
So it's a problem.
Yeah.
Need to get the rating
Yeah, we
bang
finally
on.
saw that, Only took 3 years.
I've still not watched it. I mean, I was buzzing for it at the time, and then I'm like, nope.
Yeah.
Too
Killed
long.
it. Yeah, they killed it. I should say COVID killed it, but
So I'm buzzing for it, Stephen. The cast is great. Defoe's in there. I'm happy to see that, but still get reservations.
we're going to move on though
Yeah.
to just have a little bit of box office chat, John. We've not done it in a little while in terms of Thanksgiving box office weekend.
Thanksgiving.
Something that we don't do over
Give
here.
her
But,
thanks.
but
Wish we did.
the facts and figures that you have obviously produced in your article are obviously the dollar. So
It's Thanksgiving,
it
Stephen.
does make sense. Yeah, exactly, John. And I'll tell you something. And people
Do you not
probably
wish
don't know
that
about
Thanksgiving was celebrated over here?
this. Kind of
Christmas without the baggage.
because I like the food, and I do like a good nosh.
But then there's a Korean guy I watched, Stephen, that came to London,
Yeah,
and he couldn't believe the size of the meals we eat on a regular basis. Your Sunday roasts and things like that, your bangers and mash and toad in the hole. He's like, this is hearty food that I wish we ate all the time. We only reserve this for Christmas and Thanksgiving
yeah.
in the States. He's a Korean American. So I suppose we kind of do get Thanksgiving every second week here.
Sunday roast.
Yeah, we get a Sunday roast sometimes every week. So we kind of do Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
But
but are we
fucking-
thankful for it?
Yeah, I'm always thankful for a good roast. I mean, I had a chicken roast last week.
Yeah,
Pretty much Thanksgiving.
John. This is their 5th most read story on the website.
Wow.
You can tune into on movieburnerentertainment.org, folks.
People
This
are
is,
liking my writing.
Yeah,
Can I
well,
say?
it is, and listen,
know
everyone
my
likes
shit.
box office, and we like talking about it when we used to do the box office chat show
I
every
didn't
Monday.
plagiarise this rate off of Forbes. I can
Yeah.
show you.
The Hunger Games prequel dominated the domestic box office, raking an estimated $42 million from Wednesday to Sunday, including $28.8 million for the weekend. Released just before Thanksgiving, the film concluded the weekend with a domestic total nearing $100 million and global earnings of $197.3 million, boosted by an additional $26.2 million from overseas markets. In a surprising turn of events, Ridley Scott's latest historical epic, Napoleon, claimed the second spot, surpassing Wish. The film featuring Joaquin Phoenix debuted with an estimated $32.5 million over 5 days, including a $20.4 million for the weekend. Despite mixed reviews and a B cinema score, Napoleon exceeded expectations for an adult drama. The movie's global launch reached $78.8 million with an overseas opening of $46.3 million, securing the top spot internationally. This success marks another triumph for Apple original films, following Martin Scorsese's Killers of the Flower Moon Apple Original Films
that a
financed
success
both
financially?
projects. Must have been, yeah.
Don't know about
Collaborating with Sony, you wrote it, John, with Sony for global distribution and marketing on Napoleon's. You might want to check your facts. Wish an original
I mean, it's
narrative.
a success as a movie. It's Martin Scorsese,
Yeah.
but I mean financially.
This is the one, John, that I didn't know anything about this film, Wish. An original narrative without associated intellectual properties secured the third position, generating approximately $19.7 million over 3 days and $31.7 million over 5 days. Despite falling short of initial projections, the film's potential for a sustained run, similar to Encanto and Elemental, both good films, may aid its performance. Wish's opening alongside Trolls Band Together raises concerns about the family box office recovery from the ongoing pandemic.
Yeah, I don't know what I was havering on when I wrote that bit about Killers of the Flower Moon being a success. It was a success in terms of critical response. People loved it, but financially, no, $151.8 million worldwide off of, I think, a reported $250 million budget.
Yeah.
But it was successful for its output, just financially. But Stephen, you're always up against it as a director. If you're Martin Scorsese, for instance, and
I threw you under the bus.
and you're wanting to go and make a fucking story about Native Americans and their treatment at the sort of early stages of the United States. I want to say, I don't know if it was as far back as that, but round about then. And you're spending $250 million on the budget, then you're right up against it. But yeah, but staying like this is intriguing. That's why I wrote about it. I do like box office. Never seen a Hunger Games movie, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to sit right here and lay my cards on the fucking table. I've never seen a single Hunger Games movie. I know it was Jennifer, blank on her name, Lawrence. This prequel, I think it's a song of snakes and something, isn't it? I've actually got it up on the screen.
Yeah.
I'd obviously heard about this. We spoke about this before, I'm sure. I don't know if we spoke about it on an actual show, but we certainly spoke.
Box office,
The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. It doesn't surprise me it's opened strongly, Stephen, despite the fact that I've not seen a single one. There is obviously a huge market out there who are very much a fan of the Hunger Game movies and indeed the actual novels.
Yeah.
You put something semi-coherent out under that sort of IP, it's going to make money. It just is. But I mean, that's impressive. Wednesday to Sunday. It is a holiday. So it's not, I mean, you could see, you can skew these things against the Marvel movies from 5 years ago, or Avatar, or some other behemoth with legs, Jurassic World back in the day, and say, oh, it's not impressive, look at that. These films made $300 million, but it's a prequel to a hugely successful franchise. It's a holiday weekend, I think. I think Thanksgiving's is a holiday weekend.
Yeah, I think it is,
Yeah. That's why Black Friday's a thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's not bad, it's decent money.
Yeah.
As for Napoleon, I mean, Stephen, I'm worried about that film. I've still not went to see it. I says initially when reading the reviews, I'm not going to listen to the reviews. I think I'll love this film. I've watched Jeremy Jans. He says it's coherent. It's actually decent.
Yeah.
It's silly in parts. It's almost like Braveheart, but Napoleon Bonaparte. But that B- cinema score is fucking horrendous, Stephen. It doesn't look bad. B-, that's quite high. That is really bad. Really bad. Like an A-, B+ is horrific, but I'm B-, and that's not your critical people coming out who've maybe got some ulterior motive against Ridley Scott or something because he's hurt their feelings.
Or perhaps maybe they're historians.
Yeah, just possibly.
Like made up nonsense.
But that's regular audience scores who are rating it straight out the theatres, so that's damning, man. That is not phenomenal, and it really surprises me with Ridley. With that cast, Vanessa Kirby, Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah,
that's terrifying, that cinema score.
I will still watch it.
But it's good money. It's good money.
You know how I'm not the biggest fan of Braveheart, but anytime it's on TV, I'll just watch it. You know, just because.
But Braveheart's got a special place close to a Scottish person's heart.
I'm not really that patriotic in that sense, but it's just something. It's fantasy, you know, and it's something about that, and visually it's good to look at as well. And when I saw the trailer for Napoleon, I thought the same. I thought this looks a nice looking film, you know, and some great action sequences in there as well. And Joaquin Phoenix is in it, and I know he's not the issue. He will not be the issue in this film. I think it's more about to do with obviously the story and the portrayal
Yeah, and I
not
think
not the
the
performance. The portrayal and performance are two different things.
I think it's the humour as well. They
yeah.
were poking fun at the sort of humour and his height, Napoleon's height, just constant references, and people are getting ticked off with that. I've seen the historians, incidentally, they can go and fuck themselves. Who cares, man? We've not got 10 hours, 12 hours in film format to tell Napoleon's story, shot for shot, with perfect sort of historical accuracy. That's not the way it works in a film. It's a 2.5 hour, 3 hour film. You've got to make artistic.
Yeah. John, Wish.
Take artistic license.
Do you know much about Wish at
It's
all?
the new Disney.
Yeah.
I don't think is it Pixar? I don't know. It's certainly a Disney animated movie though.
Yeah.
I think it's a young black girl, and it is. It's an original narrative, Stephen, as I have says there.
Yeah.
Which is always good to see with these animated shows, and it's good to see Disney showcasing different ethnic backgrounds and whatnot, because we have had comments on this channel saying that why don't they go and tell original stories with people from minority backgrounds instead of taking our characters,
and they do
Snow
that.
White,
Yeah.
wink wink, I'm doing a Brian Lemond wink there,
Yeah.
and making it all about diversity. Well, they fucking
John,
do
the
that,
actress
bitch.
that plays Snow White, Rachel.
Ziegler,
Yeah.
she's fucking half
Well, there's
Polish.
someone who keeps commenting on our channel who's like an absolute raging hard on for this.
Yeah, she doesn't
Actor.
care, mate. She doesn't know who you are.
Doesn't care about you.
She doesn't give a shit. She's an actress. She's making money doing it.
Yeah.
So
I don't know too much about this. I didn't.
yeah, I mean, it's Asha, falls a star. Well, she's on a star, gets a more direct answer than she bargained for when a troublemaking star comes down from the sky to join her. It's a classic sort of Disney animated movie, Stephen. It's not an amazing rating on
One
Rotten
thing,
Tomatoes.
the actual visuals look very traditional.
They do. They look like sort of original Aladdin and things
I
like
was
that.
going to say early 90s animated.
Yeah.
Looks.
It is. It's definitely just a Disney original.
Yeah.
It's not Pixar. But I mean, look, Stephen, I commend Disney for doing these kind of things. Look, the cast, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Alan Tudyk, we know he's great at voice acting. K2SO.
Yeah.
Chris Pine, brilliant voice. He's got a really good cast,
Peters,
man.
yeah.
Evan Peters is in there. I'm sure some of these other people were. I mean, Ariana DeBose, that was her. It was in West Side Story, wasn't it? The new Spielberg remake. So it's got a great cast, man. I hope it succeeds. I want to see these original sort of concepts, certainly from Disney, doing very well.
Yeah.
Because after all, I'm a Disney shell, aren't I? So I'll just come right out and say, I hope every Disney film succeeds and it riles the haters out there. Anything that makes them deeply unhappy and crying into their enormous pills every night, then it fucking warms my cockles.
But I mean, obviously, your article's very detailed about other films, John.
Oh yeah.
Which we'll not get into. You can read it obviously on our website at MovieBurner.
I mean, Thanksgiving Steam's an interesting one.
Yeah.
We reacted to the trailer, didn't we? And it looked quite violent. It looked great. I liked some of the shots. Certainly, first person shots coming down corridors and the killers chasing and swiping and slashing with this axe. That looked an intriguing one, but I don't know. I mean, that's in America. It's not phenomenal money. 24 million over a 10-day domestic total is not great for a horror film in the United States. That's the kind of money you'd see for a sort of obscure, non-franchise horror film in the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
That's the type of business they kind of do over here. Even Halloween.
Yeah, I think it's
doesn't
just.
really do well over here.
I get the film's called Thanksgiving and it has to come out then.
Yeah.
But slasher films are traditionally at Halloween.
Yeah.
You know, I think they've just tried something different, haven't they?
And again, I commend it. It's an original sort of concept.
Yeah.
I don't know what the actual ratings are for that film. It may be decent. I'm kind of hoping it is because I like the look of it.
Yeah.
And Lord knows we need an interesting original sort of slasher horror movie or franchise, because there's only so much Michael Myers we can be mining off of. Yeah, and at 18, so I respect that going 18. Not a lot of franchises or studios are making 18. It's Eli Roth again, Stephen, who was I just speaking about. Guy always places his gonads on the table and says, have at it. And I respect it. This guy knows how to make horror, by the way.
Yeah.
7 out of 10 is decent. That's a good foundation for a slasher. So we could get a new franchise here if he survives the killer. And even if he doesn't, he can come back anyway. Look at Halloween.
Exactly.
Let's just keep bringing Michael Myers back. Again, he get decapitated. Oh, no, that's fine. He's grew a new head. He's back again. Fucking hell.
Anyway, we're going to move on to our final topic. And this one is our second most read article, John. It's all about Ranbir Kapoor, who we've been watching over the last few days and talking about.
From afar.
Yeah, not just for the views. I might add. Strange
How many things
comments.
are we going to have to approach this? First of all, we've done 70 plus Indian TV shows and movies. I counted. That's including seasons within the actual TV shows, I have to stress, but we still watched them.
Yeah.
We've been doing this for 3+ years. We've got a genuine interest in international films and TV shows. We've done a lot of Korean stuff as well. We are fun. We're very much, what's the word I'm looking for here? I can't think of the word off the top of my head, but we're intrigued by it.
Cultured.
Not cultured. There was a word I was looking. We've bought into it in a sense.
I think we've invested.
We're bought into the act. Invested. That's it. We're invested in it. That's the exact word I was looking for, Stephen. We wouldn't be doing it for 3 years if we weren't. And look, you can see it's all about the views. Yes, some of the videos do get good views, but then some of them don't.
Yeah.
And we're still watching the shows and putting videos out.
I bet there's no comments on 2 videos in particular. I'm not going to say the channel, but you and I could have done separate reactions to that. And we could have have got about 250,000 views. We didn't though. No, it wasn't about that.
Everybody's putting videos out on YouTube to be watched.
You hit the nail on the head with the first sort of sentence in your reply, John. People asked us to react to this.
Yeah, but we've taken on that.
Yeah, our community asks us. We 9 times out of 10 we do it.
And we'll do it anyway because we want to, because we like to look at the teaser.
The teaser was fantastic, yeah. And it's Ranbir, so...
Not going to apologise to anybody.
But John, interest in this, he's going to talk about his 3 favourite films of the years. Now, I'm quite good at an SEO headline, by the way. It's part of my job. So I didn't put the actual films in the headline. So you've got to click on it to find out what they are. But if you're here and you're watching this, we will talk about it. But I'm dragging it out so you'll be watching us and we get more watch time because it's all about the views for us.
They'll just click ahead.
Timestamp it.
With the film name. Aha!
In the midst of promoting his upcoming film Animal, Ranbir Kapoor expressed his admiration for the South Indian film industry during a promotional tour in Chennai and Bengaluru. He specifically highlighted 3 Tamil films as his favourites from the past year and a half, emphasising, I put his head in there, why did I do that? His respect for the dynamic cinema emanating from the region. I hate when I do that. Yeah, motherfuckers. Speaking at a press meeting in Chennai, Kapoor conveyed, "It's great to be back in Chennai." I'll wait till John composes himself. I want to congratulate you on an amazing year in Indian film industry. I think 3 of my favourite films made in India in the last 1.5 years have been from the Tamil film industry. These are Jailer, Leo and Vikram. So congratulations on that. Acknowledging the fervent fan base and impactful entry of stars in South cinema, the animal actor found inspiration in the passionate reception for leading figures. He remarked, "Look at the craze for the heroes and the heroines. I think it's very inspiring to watch. As an actor, you inspire for that. And when you see Regina Sir's entry or Telepathy VJs or all the great stars like Kamal Hassan Sir or Ajif Sir, you see that their audience, their fans just love them so much. And I believe that it's very inspiring to watch." I'll not read the rest of it. You can read it at your leisure, folks. But it's good to see.
Yes, it's Regina Kampf, yeah. That's who he's talking about when he says Regina.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of names, Regina Kampf. He's got an actual... he's got a nickname, hasn't he? What's he called? Where is it? Come on.
Well, his real name's Shivaji.
Shivaji Rahul.
Shivaji.
Glad, known as Regina Kampf. There's another name, isn't there?
There is, because someone mentioned it in the comment section. I think maybe Roof
Roof.
kept us right again. Roof keeps us right on these things.
Taliver.
Yeah.
Taliver,
yeah.
I don't think that's how you say it.
Probably not, but...
Saliver. Taliver.
Okay.
Taliver. Taliver.
I need to get and change that Z. I don't like that. It's not sitting nicely with me. It's not sitting nice at all. I don't like doing that.
But Steve, it's intriguing to see a big star from the north of India giving due deserts to southern Indian movies, Tamil Nadu movies, no less, because there's always been this, since we've been covering Indian cinema and TV shows, there's always been a lot of talk about the north v the south, and they hate each other, and Bollywood and Collywood and Tollywood and all this, they hate each other.
Yeah.
They all hate Bollywood, they want Bollywood to fail. The Bollywood actors, they all hate, they don't, and it's fucking nonsense, man. We've seen Shah Rukh Khan praising Vijay Sethupathi, we've seen Vijay Sethupathi actually being brought close to tears. It's one of his heroes. We've seen the likes of Ranbir Khan praising actors from down south.
Yeah.
We've seen Telepathy VJ coming up and working with Shah Rukh Khan. We've seen VJ Sethupathi.
Isn't it
working.
great?
They're all working together. And then you've got the sort of Telugu actors like Prabhas. They just give a shit. They're pan-Indian stars, so they just do it all.
John, do you think things are kind of plateauing a bit, though,
I think so,
in terms
Steve.
of obviously the industries? Because one industry had it their own way for too long. Another was an up-and-coming one.
It's not that they had it their own way, Stephen. It was just they were
Bit of jealousy,
producing.
though.
Yeah,
coming
probably.
In, from the fan base. Oh, what they think? Who do they think they are? Blah blah blah. All this. Then they see that the justification and obviously how popular Southern Indian films are and how good quality they are now compared to probably the 1990s. I think there's an acceptance creeping through
I
now.
think there's still a degree of
There will be stubbornness, John.
strawberry.
Yeah.
Because I see them referring to Southern Indian movies as masala movies. They're stupid masala movies. But look, some of the best times you've had covering Indian cinema has been Southern Indian masala movies. So they're unabashed. They don't give a shit. They make what they want to make. Certainly the Telugu region, KGF, things like that. They absolutely lay their heart on their sleeve. My dog is killing me here. Fucking hell, he's paused actually.
John, I was going to mention, and
I'm going to hold it like
I
this.
did mention at the end of this article that this film is set to be released in theatres on the 1st of December, marking a clash with Vicky Kaushal Sam movie.
Yeah. So what's this?
That is
What's clashing with Sam?
I think it's a bad move. I think they should. This happened at it was at the start of this year.
I think Animals are far bigger released than
the year
Sam.
before. Vikram came out. And
Vikram came out with
films,
KGF Chapter 2,
Yeah.
and it was Vikram KGF, and I think
Triple
it was.
R.
No, I think.
Triple R was just before it.
No, it wasn't
before,
Vikram.
wasn't
It was a telepathy one.
Yeah.
It wasn't Leo. It was the one before. It wasn't Varisu. Beast. I think it was Beast,
Yeah.
Triple R, and KGF Chapter 2. And of course, Triple R absolutely destroyed
Everything
really.
bad.
But KGF Chapter 2, I think, was the second.
Yeah.
And I think most, even telepathy fans, admitted that Beast was a slight letdown.
I think it was on days apart. This is the same day.
It was like a week.
Yeah.
Certainly. I mean, that's crazy.
John, it'll be different demographics, but
I mean, you can do a double and sort
Yeah.
of matinee and go in and watch the two movies, I suppose.
yeah.
But Steve, it's great to see. It's great to see that he's paying homage and he's saying, look, I really enjoyed Jailer, Leo, Vikram, and he's calling out the actors, Telepathy, Ranjinikanth, and obviously Vikram, it's Kamal Hassan. So that's great to see that we have got big Indian stars saying, look, these movies are great. Not that they have to validate them because they don't. They know they're great anyway.
But it's nice to be nice.
It's nice to be nice to see that, look, we're maybe breaking through this nonsense of regionalising things, remaking the same movie 2 years down the road because they don't want to watch it with subtitles or they don't want to watch that region's movies. And I think you're right, Stephen. I think we're getting an equalising now. I think, and it's not that Bollywood was full of hubris and thought it was the king. I just think they were producing more mainstream content that could connect with international regions. When people think of India, still even now, they think Bollywood.
I think as well,
That's what
obviously
they do.
the finance was a big part of it as well.
That's where the big stars were. That's where the money went. But now we've got big regional stars. And look, Ranjinikanth's been about for 30, 40, 50 years. Kamal Hassan's been about for 50 odd years, I think, 40 odd years.
And VJ, he's been
about for about 30 odd years.
Yeah.
So they've got established stars in these southern regions as well, the likes of Mahanlo as well in the Malayalam regions. You've got big name actors, and they have carved out careers. And now the money is going there, and it's not just about regional content for regional sort of eyeballs. I don't like saying that, for regional eyes, for people from Tamil Nadu, people from Telugu regions, people from Malayalam, people from Karnataka, I think it is, isn't it? Canada.
Canada,
It's now more wide-reaching. People from France, Britain, America are watching these films. The money's going there now. The technical stuff is going up and up and up. I don't see any difference now between Bollywood, Collywood, Tollywood, I think it's Sandalwood movies, and even Western movies now. I think the CG, some of the best CG I've seen in the last 10 years was in Triple R.
Yeah.
The way they animated the animals, notoriously difficult thing to do, animating animals and making it look believable. I mean, you could see it with the tiger, but there was certainly the scene where they're all coming out and fighting, and taking out the British sort of soldiers. Unbelievable. Yeah, so that's indistinguishable from Western film now. So came a long way.
I think as well, John, and it says that, you know, obviously in the midst of promoting Animal, he's took the time to do this as well. You know, he could have just wanted to talk about this film that's coming out, talk about his co-stars, the likes of Rashmika Mandana, Bobby Deol, Anil Kapoor. You know, and I'm
Bobby
sure
Deol's an inspiring guy, by the way. Some of the comments, man.
Yeah, it's opened my eyes up as well.
He
Look
had a
at this.
career, then
Yeah.
he kind of fell by the wayside. It almost put me in mind of your man, blanking his name, was in The Goonies, was in Indiana Jones, now was in Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah.
Well, why am I blanking his name? Ki-Hai Kwan.
Kwan, yeah.
Puts me in mind of him.
Jonathan Kwan.
But he was away for a long time, then he came back and he's getting success in his older years.
Yeah. It's
really
almost like a
inspirational.
Tarantino move, really. That's what
Yeah.
Tarantino does with actors that have kind of fell away. You know, he brings them back. Travolta's,
Mm-hmm.
you know, ones like that. And I think it's good to see, you know, a good actor doesn't become a bad actor. They're always a good actor, you know, and it's good to see. And it's really been an eye-opener in the comment section from our
It's playing a
reaction.
mute as well.
Yeah.
That's going to be intriguing. All the acting in the face.
Yeah. That is, yeah.
That's testing.
I'm looking forward to this.
Oh, I'm Stephen, and look, the more I read about Ranbir Kapoor, the more I start to like the guy.
Yeah.
Seems like a really down-to-earth, humble kind of guy. And he's...
John, you saw his range in
Definitely
that trailer, and we
Yeah.
talked about it. It says this isn't just all-out action. There's a lot of drama involved in this, a lot of emotional turmoil between him and the chap that's playing his father. It's going to be very...
That scene where he was talking about his wanting to go and see Michael Jackson, I think it was.
Yeah.
Asked his father, and then he says, look, we're going to replay it. You can act. And he's saying, obviously, Papa or something. Then he says, yeah, I'm not deaf. And it's the violence in the voice.
Yeah.
You can see that he's got this really complicated relationship with his father. And he's
Yeah.
playing it out, man. The acting's there for all we
Yeah.
see. It's really good. Totally different to Brahmastra. Totally
Yeah.
different to that one
Yeah.
with Sanjay Dutt as well. So he's not playing the same character again and again. He's playing different roles every time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got to respect that.
Respect.
Respect. But look, man, I'm done.
I'm done as well.
What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts on the three topics we touched upon? What do you make of Willem Dafoe? What was that fucking original pronunciation they used to use? Willem Dafoe, something like that. Something pretentious. And Fallon called him out. And he kind of swept it aside and laughed. Fucking pretentious, mate. Come on, it's Willem Dafoe. You doing? But anyway, I digress. What's your thoughts on him? Revealing his Beetlejuice 2 character, a dead B-movie action star, now playing a detective in the afterlife. Do you think you'll play the villain like we think potentially? Maybe get after Beetlejuice and Lydia and whoever Jenna Ortega's character is. I said it earlier on, but I forgot already. What's your thoughts on it? Share it down below. What's your thoughts on the Thanksgiving box office performance of A Songbird of the ballad? I can't remember it. Hunger Games prequel movie, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Share your thoughts down below about that. About Napoleon, B- Cine score. Have you seen it? How would you rate it? Thoughts on Wish, the Thanksgiving movie, everything in between. It was Wish, wasn't it? It was. Put it down below, not wish list, in the comments section. Thoughts on Ranbir Kapoor identifying his top 3 films of the year and his promotional push for Animal, the movie, Bobby Deol, everything. Anything we've discussed at all, you can share your thoughts down below in the comment section about it. Like the video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to get notifications straight to your eyeballs. Also, have to say this until next time, no, me and Stephen are done. I'm not even remotely prepared to end this stream. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye.